Hello, data folks. Thanks for joining me again on this channel for data and IT professionals. In our previous video, we explored slowly changing dimensions and how we manage evolving data over time. In this video, we'll focus on something fundamental to data modeling, the different kinds of keys. Keys play a critical role in linking data together. Without keys, your fact tables and dimension tables would just be isolated pieces of data with no meaningful relationships. There are several types of keys you'll come across, and each serves a specific purpose. We'll break them down one by one with simple examples. Let's start with the candidate key. A candidate key is any column that can uniquely identify a record in a table. For example, in an employee table, there can be multiple columns that uniquely identify each employee. For instance, when someone joins the organization, they're assigned an employee ID. They also get an email ID that's unique to them. And in many cases, there could be something like a PAN or tax ID linked to that employee. Each of these can uniquely identify a record. That means all of them are candidate keys in the employee table. To keep it simple, think of candidate keys as contestants in a race to become the primary key. Each one has the potential, but only one wins in the end. Next, we have the primary key. The primary key is simply the candidate key that you choose to uniquely identify records in your table. Coming back to our example, among all the candidate keys, employee ID is chosen as the primary key because it is the most stable way to identify a record and can be reliably cross-referenced across the other tables. Please keep in mind, there can only be one primary key per table. And when we say one key, it does not always mean just one column. It can be made up of multiple columns, a concept we'll cover shortly. This now brings us to the alternate key. Once you choose the primary key, the remaining candidate keys don't just disappear. They are still important for different use cases. These leftover candidate keys are called alternate keys. In our employee table example, email ID and tax ID both fall into this category. Now let's look at the foreign key. A foreign key is a column that creates a relationship between two tables. To understand this better, let's extend our example. Along with the employee table, we now have a department table with its own primary key, department ID. At this point, both tables are still separate and have no connection between them. But in real systems, we need to know which department each employee works in. To link them, we add the primary key of the department table as a new column in the employee table. Now, with this department ID, we can look up the department table and find the related details for each employee. This department ID column in the employee table is called the foreign key. So basically, the primary key in the department table becomes the foreign key in the employee table. This is how we establish relationships between tables in a relational model. Moving further, let's talk about composite key. A composite key is a primary key that is made up of more than one column. This is used when a single column alone cannot uniquely identify a record. For example, think about an order details table in an e-commerce system. An order can contain multiple products, and the same product can appear in multiple orders. So if we try using only order ID, it won't be unique. And if we use only product ID, it still won't be unique. But when we combine order ID and product ID together, each row becomes unique. In such cases, the combination of those columns together acts as the primary key, and that is what we call a composite key. So far, we've seen how keys help structure and connect data in relational modeling. But when we move into real-world data warehousing and dimensional modeling, we need to go a level deeper with surrogate key, natural key, and durable key. Our next video will break this down in detail. That's all for today. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And as always, please share this with your network. It really helps us bring more useful videos your way. Thanks for watching.